Welcome back to Auburn, where we had mentioned head coach Gene Chizik had wanted competition every time his guys take the field, but not division. Let's go down to Melissa Lee.
Yeah, guys, there was some dissension on the team last season from the coaching staff on down to the players. When Gene Chizik arrived at Auburn, one of the first things he did with the players was bring them together. He matched certain guys with numbers, and that was the group they would work together with. He matched up players who didn't really hang out, guys who didn't really have a lot in common. He says he did that to eliminate cliques, eliminate separation, get rid of the whole idea of offense versus defense. The goal was to bring these guys together and be a team, and to do that, he felt some of these guys needed to come out of their comfort zones. Now, senior defensive back Walt McFadden says, hey, it worked. He noticed a change in practice, how guys interacted. He pointed out that during the little scuffles at practice, instead of coming to the aid of his best friend, he said he found himself defending the guys in his group instead.
It has made a big difference on this team as we see Brent Poole, redshirt freshman walk-on, getting the opportunity to play at quarterback. Again, Barrett Trotter, who's very much in the mix for the starting position, but was dropped from the top two, was hurt in the scrimmage on Thursday. Chris Todd, of course, who transferred from Texas Tech, played a lot a year ago, had off-season shoulder surgery. He's not able to throw. Brent Poole getting his opportunity here today, and now Michael Alexander and Michael Gibson are both getting opportunities to carry the football here in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. About 7:15 left in this ball game. You're going to start to see some of the younger guys, first-year guys, walk-ons, get a chance to play in front of a crowd here at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Gibson comes off. Michael Alexander comes back in to play with Brent Poole. So it's a walk-on backfield for the offense now. And again, Justin Albert, who had opportunities through the first half and third quarter, is a walk-on as well, and one who's made such an impression. Fumbled by Michael Alexander. That'll get him a talking to. We'll see if the defense is able to come up with it. If they do, it would be a 5-point swing for the defense.
Maybe that was just a little read off tackle play.
But this is not the way to impress the coaching staff.
Just miscommunication between the back and the quarterback of, you want me to keep this ball or are you going to take this ball back? It's just a mesh. They're trying to feel it out. You can run that play or you can pull it and the quarterback can run it. Unable to get the handoff done there.
So that becomes a 3 and out. Another 2 points for the defense, and Ted Roof's guys regroup. Let's go back to Melissa.
Yeah, you know, just that play right there goes to show what players are not supposed to do this spring, what the coaches have instilled them not to do. Chizik says discipline is paramount. He's trying to teach the players that, hey, we as a staff have expectations and we are not coming down to yours. You've got to come to ours. He says the players have done a really good job of understanding that concept so far. And Chizik tells them, hey, there's always a winner and a loser, and he wants to make sure his players end up winners. And that all starts at practice and at spring games like this so that they don't make these same mistakes in the fall, guys.
So Cody Burns comes back out. Mario Fannin behind him. Fannin with the football and with running room. Midfield and more. Mario Fannin tight roping down the far sideline. That will be a big play for the Auburn offense.
The left side of that offensive line just closes down. Well, defense brings the blitz inside, so that obviously opens it up. Mario Fannin shows the explosion to get outside, then get north and south. A shifty back, but he's got power and good speed as well. Just a great combination. He's going to be a guy that they can use in so many different ways.
And you see the score changing to 54. 2 points for the explosive play on a 16-yard pickup for Mario Fannin before he stepped out of bounds. The ball inside the 44-yard line of the defense. Cody Burns with Justin Albert behind him. Oh, that's Poole back in at quarterback, and Albert has the football, and we see a little power running from Albert, who pushes the pile across the 40. Nice run there by Justin Albert.
Just trying to get that running game going with a lot of the first team offensive line still in there. Andrew McCain, Baron Isom, Lee Zimba. Those guys have had a nice day up front. Opened up the holes for these tailbacks. They've had good protection. Usually it's the second team that turned those guys loose, but this first team offensive line, Ryan Pugh at center, they've done a nice job today.
See Andrew McCain there, Zimba and company on that 5,000 calorie a day diet that Melissa had talked about. Helmets fly. There's another inside run. Zimba had knee surgery, and he was talking about how, in addition to everything else going on, he feels like a brand new offensive lineman.
Like I said, the mentality has changed. They're kind of back to basics here. Coming off the football, back to taking those pass sets the way that they're used to. And they realize they're going to have more of a chance now. When you have that shotgun single back offset to the left or to the right, that defense can really hone in on 1, 2, maybe 3 plays to focus on.
All right, the flag results in a first down. As they walk it off, Brent Poole back in at quarterback. He's the redshirt freshman walk-on from Troy. And certainly getting an perhaps unexpected opportunity. Barrett Trotter injured when the quarterbacks were live. Both Trotter and Neil Caudill took some big hits at that Thursday scrimmage, we're told. And Caudill and Burns, the top two, have both had their moments here today. Let's go back down to Melissa Lee.
Well, we've seen Cody Burns, we've seen Neil Caudill today, and now I'm going to tell you exactly what Gus Malzahn wants out of a quarterback, and we'll see where those guys fit in. Malzahn says he expects all his skilled guys to be able to recognize what the defense is giving them, especially the quarterback. Instead of running up to the line, looking over, as we mentioned, he's got to have that play predetermined, get up to the line, read that defense, go through his progression, and then make the play from there. It's one reason why he places a premium on quarterbacks who are good decision makers, and at the same time can throw it effectively down the field, throw on time, run the read zone, and quarterback runs. Malzahn says he's a firm believer in quarterbacks that can take advantage of the run when available. And the bottom line, he says that it's a quarterback-friendly offense, and if the quarterback plays well, so does the rest of the team. If the quarterback does not play well in this offense, the team doesn't either, guys.
And this battle between Cody Burns and Neil Caudill, at the very least, is going to go through the summer and in 2 two-a-days, but Gus Malzahn is very much sounding like a man who wants one guy to emerge from this competition. Michael Gibson had a short run, a little problem on the exchange from Brent Poole here. It's Gibson again as the clock continues to run, 2:20 and counting here in the fourth quarter on what's been really an impressive A-day for the Auburn offense. We've seen big plays, we've seen good defense, but again, some of these guys aren't live, so we're not necessarily seeing everything the defense would like to show. But I'd say, from where we're sitting, Cole, a productive and a good spring game, the end of spring practice.
It has been. I think first and foremost, what the defense is not able to show is a lot of its starters. A lot of the guys out on the bench, out with injuries, so unable to perform today.
Wes Byram with a 46-yard try, and it's good. So Byram connects. His long a year ago was 52. Hit almost 67% of his field goal tries last year, but he is perfect there, and the offense adds to its lead. And you had mentioned a lot of the starters, especially on defense. The leading tackler is Matthew Sample, a walk-on safety. Safeties in particular have been hit hard by injury, and you see the crowd, and Coach Chiswick had mentioned it, 45,381 coming out for the A-Day game today.
And they needed a good turnout. Somebody asked me earlier in the week, what happens if it's a bad turnout or if it's more people than you expected? I said, I don't really think it affects too much either way. You get 100,000 people to show up for a spring game, that's great news for 2 or 3 days, and for the recruits that are there, but what does it really do? It shows you have good fan support. At the end of the day, kids want to come play for coaches that they like, systems that they like, and where they feel comfortable.
Well, Brent Poole back out there at quarterback again. Offense starting at the 40-yard line, and carrying the football is Michael Alexander, and that's a strong run to midfield. Alexander, a sophomore out of Port Allen, Louisiana. Again, injuries to the likes of Eric Smith is one who would have loved to play today, but he's a running back who's been hurt.
You give the younger guys a chance to play, get in there and get some reps, and sometimes you see, hey, this is what we have available back down on the depth chart. If we get in a game that's out of hand, we have someone that can contribute.
Poole wants to throw. Complete. Gabe Barrett making the catch. And so Poole has his first completion of the day. But we talked about injuries. One of the wide